Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Gorhamian here with Misfit Studios as always, and today I'm going to be showing you how to use the displacement effect to make text look like it was painted on a surface. Okay, so creating a textured look for text when it's applied to like a wall or a surface within some footage. First, what we need to do is, of course, bring in some of that footage. We're going to drop that in there. And of course, I'm in the compositing workspace. If you want to see that, you can just go up to View, Workspaces, and then go to Compositing. I've actually saved mine under a different composite or a different preset because I like to have the windows in different sizes than what the default is. So if you want to learn how to do that, I'll put a link in the description below on a previous video on how to change and save your presets. And also in that same video, I've got how to change your workspaces. Okay, so to do this, what we need to do, of course, first is we need to make a composite shot. We're not going to give it a name, of course, because we're only making the one composite shot in this clip. So let's first, what we want to do is we want to track where we're going to put this text. Okay, so let's go ahead and add a track to this footage. We're just going to name this top right. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to be adding the quad warp effect to this. If you want to learn how to do that, again, I've got another video on that previous that I've done. I will link that in the description as well. We're actually going to be putting some text right on this this brick wall here, right above this little pinwheel, I guess you could call it. And so let's go ahead and move our tracker to where we need to put it. And of course, if you want to learn how to track objects, I'm not going to go through it in detail in this video. I also have another video on how to track in Hitfilm Express. I'll put a link in the description below on that. So let's go ahead and track through our footage here. First, we're actually going to turn the audio way down on this because it doesn't need to be blaring, and there's a lot of background noise in this footage. So we're just going to do this the simple way. Go ahead and track through this here. All right, so now that we've got that tracked, of course, Hitfilm stopped it before the end of the video because that track leaves the frame. And what we want to do is we actually want to track 3 more points. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Of course, we've got the top right done. We're going to go do the top left and then the bottom 2 points as well. All right, so now that we've got all 4 points tracked, we're actually going to highlight all these so you can see all of our points. The footage, of course, just goes, slowly left to right, so there's no huge movement in it. It's pretty simple to have Hitfilm do that on its own. So let's go ahead and we're going to now add 4 point layers. Just highlight the new point layer, Control D 3 times, and it'll duplicate those layers. All right, go ahead and rename all of those to correspond with the tracks that we just did. And we're going to go back over into our tracker into step 2, and we're actually going to apply those tracks to those different points. That way we've got layers that we can apply those points to. So the top left, of course, we're going to put that on the top left point. Of course, I've got another video on how to put a image inside of Hitfilm using the quad warp effect. I'll link that in the description below. That's why I'm not going into huge detail on these parts of on these steps of getting this text put on this wall. Okay, so we've got all of those points parented with the those tracks applied to the layers that they correspond with. We're going to go ahead and go into the effects panel. We're going to look up the quad warp effect. That way we've got it readily available. Before we apply that, though, we actually want to apply it to a text layer. So let's go ahead and add in our text layer. We're going to go ahead and just put in our text. All right, now that we've got our text in there, we're going to go ahead and hit Control A, go over to the text panel. We're actually going to look up text called permanent marker. It's going to give it kind of a neat little effect to it. We're going to run that scale up just to make it a little larger. That way we can see it. Now what we want to do is go back to our effects panel. We've already got the quad warp effect searched for. We can go ahead now and apply that to the text layer. I'm going to go to the controls panel and bring that quad warp effect down, and then we're going to go ahead and apply all of our points. Okay, so now that we've got that quad warp effect applied to our layer, we can actually change the position of that track without actually affecting how the footage looks, okay, or how the text looks. So let's go ahead and we can actually go back into our quad warp effect on our text. So let's go bring that up. We can apply. We got to actually change the position of these tracks. Once you've got everything to this point, this is fairly simple to do, fairly easy. Let's go ahead and go to the beginning and just play through it a little bit just to make sure that our track is okay. We don't have a weird wobble or anything like that. Okay, that's not bad. So let's go ahead and center it in the footage, get it as centered as we can. We're actually going to go back to our text layer, go back to the quad warp effect, and we actually can change the position on all of our track points without changing the position of the actual tracks, if that makes any sense. Of course, we've got this little angle here because we've actually tracked these 2 points on the brick at, little less and a little more than 90 degrees on those points, so it's not a perfect square. And of course, we're looking at it head on, and that perspective is going to give us a perfect square or a relatively 90-degree angle corners. So let's go ahead and change the position of the bottom left and the bottom right position. So we're going to bottom left. So now what we want to do is we want to just shift those over to the right, just like that. And what that's going to do is it's going to shove those bottom 2 points over, and we're actually going to change this one to 97 as well. And it's going to give us more of an upright feeling to it. And actually, I think that's a little much. So let's change those values both to 90. There we go. That's a little bit better. So now that we've got that position change, we're actually going to go to the very beginning. And if you start to play through this, now our text is a little, upright. You don't have to change that if your perspective is, different. You have to just kind of look and play with positions on those corners depending on the perspective of the surface that you're going to be applying this text or a logo or an image to. The exact same thing applies to any other thing that you're actually using the quad warp effect on. Okay, so now that we've got all of our adjustments done, what we want to do is we actually want to add an effect called displacement. Just regular displacement onto our text layer. And so now what it's going to do is if we actually drop this down, add the source layer to, of course, our footage. That way it's applied to the footage. So basically what displacement does is it'll actually move the pixels dependent on the colors of the pixels in the source layer that you use. So obviously our background is going to have a little bit of a texture on it, okay? So let's go ahead and blow that up so we can see it a little bit better. Okay, so now that we've got our displacement, what we want to do is we actually want to adjust what the displacement does. So the displacement is actually an effect that controls the displacement of pixels within the layer or text or whatever you apply it to. We actually need to put and apparent this to a source layer, and so we're going to actually go ahead and use our footage because we're applying that effect to reflect the surface behind it, if that makes any sense. Because we want this to look like it was painted on the wall, okay? So to do this, what we want to do is we actually want to change these presets they've already got, the horizontal displacement and the vertical displacement, to lightness, because the contrast of the back of the wall is very light and very dark. In between the brick, the mortar is very dark and the bricks themselves are really light. So you're going to want to change that to reflect whatever surface you're putting that on, because displacement is going to look, of course, at the color of the pixels. If you have it on, red, green, it's going to look at how light or dark those pixels are, depending on if you put it on lightness. Okay. If you actually can do this with saturation as well, and the exact same thing will happen. Go ahead and play with the different presets to get the look that you want. It just depends on what's going to be best for the surface that you're working on. If it's really a high profile, high textured surface, kind of like this, you're going to have to kind of tweak things just a little bit to get the look that you want. The nice thing about the displacement effect is it doesn't have a general rule of thumb. You can just kind of tweak those settings as needed, and then kind of go from there. So let's go ahead and just move these displacements, these vertical and horizontal displacements, just to give us the desired effect that we want. Now that we've gotten everything set up and everything's moving correctly, what we want to do now is change the brightness just a little bit on the text. This isn't something that you have to do for everyone, of course. It depends on the lighting and the scene that you're using. With this one, it looks like it's just coming off of the wall just a little too much, the contrast a little high. So we're actually going to go into color correction, and we're going to go down to brightness and contrast. We're going to go ahead and apply that to our layer, and we're actually going to change the preset to flatten. What that's going to do is it's going to give it, of course, just a little bit more of a flat look. It's not going to be, the contrast isn't going to be so high. So now that we've got that in, let's go ahead and bring it to the beginning and go ahead and play through it and see how it looks. All right, let's see how it looks now that we've got it exported. Okay, that's not bad. It looks like the text is a little wobbly. You can go ahead and change that, of course, by tweaking how accurate those tracks are. That's exactly what's happening, is those tracks are coming off those points just a little bit. So it does have just a little wobble to it. But other than that, it looks great. It's not too bright. The contrast isn't crazy. It does look really good. You've got, you know, it looks like you've got a little bit of wear under you know, the bottom of this font underneath that brick, and it looks like it, you know, got transferred onto the bottom. That's exactly what we were looking for. We were looking for that little bit of a displacement. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. Gorhamian here with Misfit Studios, as always. If you guys want to see anything in Hitfilm Express, please comment down below. And of course, just like the video says, don't forget to hit that subscribe button.